The courtroom went silent as the judge slammed the gavel. My stepmother's smug smile crumbled into horror, her perfectly manicured hands gripping the table like it was the only thing keeping her upright. She had taken everything from my dying father, his money, his dignity, even his peace in his final days. But I had one last ace to play, a secret Dad had buried just for me. And as I watched her world unravel, I felt a rush of justice I had chased for years. But let's rewind. This isn't just a story of theft. It's a story of betrayal so deep it cuts to the bone, and revenge so calculated it left them begging for mercy. If you've ever been stabbed in the back by the people who were supposed to love you most, family who smiled to your face while plotting behind it, then buckle up. This story will hit you right in the heart. Hit that like button if you're ready for epic payback. Subscribe for more gripping revenge sagas. And tell me in the comments, have you ever uncovered a family secret that changed everything? I read every single one. Now, let's dive in. My name is Jordan Hale. I'm 29, a graphic designer in Seattle, scraping by in a tiny apartment where rent is always one paycheck away from disaster. My days are filled with freelance gigs, coffee that tastes like sludge, and the constant whir of my old laptop fan struggling to keep up. But it wasn't always this way. My father, Marcus Hale, was a self-made man, a brilliant inventor who turned a small garage operation into a multi-million-dollar tech company. He patented gadgets that revolutionized home automation, smart locks that detected intruders before they even touched the door. Dad could fix anything with a screwdriver and a smile, always teaching me that real strength comes from patience and strategy, not brute force. He married my mom young, but she passed away when I was 10. Dad was devastated, but threw himself into raising me. Then, when I was 15, he met Lydia, my stepmother. Charming at first, a real estate agent with a dazzling smile and stories that made everyone laugh. But looking back, there were red flags. The way her eyes lit up whenever Dad talked about his patents, the push for a quick wedding. Soon, her twins, Brett and Brooke, a year older than me, joined the picture. They were entitled from day one, demanding the latest gadgets and designer clothes, while I made do with hand-me-downs. Dad tried to treat us equally, but Lydia whispered in his ear, convincing him her kids needed more support because of their rough past. I felt the shift immediately. The family dinners where I was sidelined, my ideas dismissed, while Brett's half-baked schemes were praised. By the time I left for college at 18 on a partial scholarship, the cracks were obvious. Dad's health was failing, early onset Parkinson's. His hands shook too much to work in the garage. Lydia took over finances, claiming it was to ease his burden. But I noticed the changes. Dad's stocks dropping, unexplained withdrawals. Visits home felt colder, both literally, the heat turned low to save money, and figuratively. Lydia drove a new SUV, the twins flaunted vacations on social media, and Dad's smile hid more than ever. Deep down, I knew something was rotten, but I was powerless. Watching him fade while they lived like royalty off his sweat was heartbreaking. The real betrayal came when Dad was diagnosed terminal, Parkinson's complications giving him maybe 6 months. I moved back home to care for him, quitting an internship. Lydia hired nurses, but spent her days networking at spas. The twins barely visited, busy with influencer gigs funded by Dad's dwindling fortune. One night, helping Dad to bed, his trembling hand gripped mine, his voice weak and raspy. "Jordan, the workshop, my old blueprint docs, key inside, for you only, promise." I nodded, confused but solemn. "I promise, Dad." He squeezed harder, eyes fierce. "They're taking it all, but not everything. Remember what I taught you. Patience wins the game." Chess was our metaphor. He had always told me life was a board, full of traps if you're patient enough. Dad passed 2 weeks later. The funeral was a farce. Lydia in designer black, sobbing for the cameras, while the twins checked their phones mid-service. And the will reading? Worse. Dad's lawyer, Mr. Ellis, read it. Everything split equally among me, Lydia, and the twins. But Lydia interrupted, claiming updated documents showed Dad had revised it months ago. Suddenly, the bulk went to her and her kids, the house, remaining stocks, even Dad's patents. I got a pittance, a few $1,000s and some sentimental items. My stomach twisted. It reeked of forgery. Lydia's icy touch on my shoulder. "Oh, Jordan, your father wanted us all taken care of. Don't be bitter." Brett smirked. "Yeah, bro, life's not fair. Get over it." That night, alone in my old room, rage boiled inside. They had robbed him blind while he suffered, and now they danced on his grave. But Dad's words echoed. The blueprint box. I had to find it. Under cover of darkness, I snuck into Dad's workshop. Padlocked, of course, Lydia's doing, but I knew the spare key under the loose floorboard from childhood hide-and-seek games. Inside, the air smelled of oil and sawdust, a ghost of Dad's creative days. My flashlight landed on the blueprint box, a weathered metal chest. Heart racing, I pried it open. Inside, rolls of old designs, patents, and a small encrypted USB drive taped to the lid. A sticky note in Dad's shaky handwriting. For Jordan, password checkmate 92. 92 was the year he taught me chess. I pocketed it and left just as headlights swept the driveway, Lydia home from another meeting. Back at my apartment, I plugged in the USB. Documents, bank statements, emails, proof. Lydia had siphoned funds for years, forging Dad's signature to move over $1.8 million offshore for her twins' fake LLCs. There were even emails between Lydia and a shady lawyer plotting to declare Dad incompetent. The bombshell, a video file. Dad, pale but determined, recording from his bed. "If you're watching this, Jordan, they've won the first round, but not the game. I hid assets, a crypto wallet with my patent royalties, over $3 million now. Wallet address in the attached file. Use it wisely. Expose them. They think they've checkmated me, but you're my queen on the board." Tears stung. He was too weak to fight openly, but strategic enough to plant this time bomb. The wallet contained $3,247,519 in Ethereum and stablecoins. Dad had protected it from Lydia. But revenge wasn't just taking the money, it was making them pay for the pain they caused. Weeks of agony followed, pretending normalcy while plotting. Lydia called constantly, checking in, really probing if I'd contest the will. The twins flaunted their wealth online. Every photo, every brag fueled my fury. I documented everything. Screenshots, call logs, hired a PI. He found more. Lydia's affair, secret getaways funded by Dad's money. The twins covered for her. It was a web of deceit, and I was the spider. Doubts crept in. Was I becoming like them? No, this was justice. Dad's lesson rang true. Patience set the trap. I met secretly with Mr. Ellis, showing him the USB. His eyes widened. Forgery, embezzlement, elder abuse. We can nullify the revised will. I wanted more, public humiliation. Forensic experts confirmed forgeries. Blockchain trails proved the hidden wallet belonged to Dad. I attended a family dinner, playing nice. Lydia boasted about flipping property. Brett bragged about investments. Brooke eyed me suspiciously. Inside, I screamed, "Just wait." The tension built like a storm. Lydia announced selling Dad's company remnants for quick cash. That was it. No more waiting. I leaked hints to a journalist. Tech mogul's widow accused of fraud. Hidden evidence emerges. The story blew up online. Lydia panicked. I feigned concern. "Wow, Mom, that's awful." Satisfaction warmed me. The PI delivered proof, photos, timestamps matching withdrawals. I forwarded everything. The journalist ran a bombshell: widow's secret life funded by stolen fortune. Social media erupted. #Hale heist trending. The twins' influencer deals dried up. Execution day. Evidence solid. Mr. Ellis filed suit. Fraud charges, estate freeze. Police raided the house at dawn, Lydia screaming denials. The twins dragged from beds mid-post. Court day arrived. I testified, steady. My father trusted them, and they betrayed him. Dad's final video played. Lydia broke down. "I did it for the family." Brett blamed her. Brooke